Psalm 104 verses 27 to 28. Everything with breath waits upon our Lord's provision. Reading verses 27 and 28, these all wait for you, that you may give them their food in due season. What you give them they gather in, you open your hand, they are filled with good. The word wait is a Hebrew word that by implication means watching, to expect, with hope and patience, and that is in the context of waiting for our Lord's provision. It is God who balanced nature and makes provision for all of the creatures of the earth, including mankind. It is with the open hand of God that the life forms on earth are filled. On our own, we couldn't produce even a single Brussels sprout. It is our Creator that provides the needed nutrients in the soil and sun and the ability to extract them. It was only after Adam's rebellion that death came to planet Earth, making it necessary for God to make a temporary adjustment to the entire living body of the earth and rebalance the modes of survival. I say balanced in both a past tense and a future tense because death does not exist in God's perfect garden. We read in Genesis chapter 1 and verses 29 to 30, where God also said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the surface of the entire earth and every tree whose fruit contains seed. This food will be for you, 3 for all the wildlife of the earth, for every bird of the sky, and for every creature that crawls on the earth, everything having the breath of life in it. I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. There is coming a day in our future where death will no longer exist. Two passages come to mind. The first is found in Revelation chapter 22, verse 1 to 3. God meets our nutritional needs. Then he showed me the river of living water, sparkling like crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb down the middle of the broad street of the city. The tree of life was on both sides of the river, bearing 12 kinds of fruit, producing its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree are for healing the nations. 3 And there will no longer be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. Some may argue that the passage isn't specific enough, and that may be true until you couple it with Revelation chapter 21 verses 3 and 4, Then I heard a loud voice from the throne, "Look! God's dwelling is with humanity, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will no longer exist, grief, crying, and pain will exist no longer because the previous things have passed away. To eat meat, a life must be extinguished.